I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Secret Empire issue number 8. Will Sam Wilson be enough to rally the superhero community against Hydra once and for all? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Alrighty then, so for a series that has been defined so far by crushing defeats for the heroes and overall a general feeling of sadness, this issue opens up on a really positive note. Sam Wilson has once again taken up the mantle of Captain America and is broadcasting a message of hope to all the heroes who are still trapped in space behind the World Shield and trapped in Manhattan behind the Dark Force Dome. Sam says that while Captain America and Hydra still control the bulk of the cosmic cube shards, the few that the good guys actually still have left might have just enough charge left to break down some unbreakable walls. This mission, though, is going to require a ton of coordination between all these different teams, and they have to strike right now as Captain America and Hydra are busy waging war on Wakanda and New Tyon for their pieces of the cube. Up in space, the Guardians of the Galaxy and Carol Danvers are ready to do their part, having procured a nullifier bomb from Annihilus' war chest. They think that the Force will be enough to allow the heroes to finally return to Earth, but to carry the payload, they're going to have to sacrifice the Alpha Flight space station, a sacrifice that Carol is more than willing to make. A similar story plays out with the street-level heroes trapped under the dome. Doctor Strange believes he may finally have procured a spell that will allow them to break through the Dark Force dome, but he had to give up his brownstone to make it happen. And I mean, geez, even if you are the Sorcerer Supreme, you'll never get real estate that good in New York, not anymore. Now, Sam Wilson, Captain America, at great risk to his own life, decides to take the shard right up to the dome. However, he gets met by a bunch of Hydra warplanes. And despite his best efforts, despite giving them one hell of a fight, he ends up getting shot down. In fact, it's implied that the only thing that saved his life from the fall and the bullet is the fact that he was carrying a piece of the cube. But here's the crazy thing, at the end of the day, Doctor Strange's magic spell ends up working and dispelling the Dark Force Dome, allowing the light to finally shine on New York City for the first time in a long time, and even though Carol and the Guardians' bomb plot fails, Quasar finally awakens from her sleep and manages to use her power to tear down the dome. Essentially, the moral of the story here is that the heroes always had it within them to save themselves from captivity. They just needed Sam Wilson, Captain America, to inspire them. And a fair amount of luck, too. I mean, luck never hurt anybody. Now, much like Captain America took over the United States with a multi-pronged attack, the Avengers also are carrying out a multi-pronged attack right now, both in space, both in Manhattan, and at the Hydra prison, where all the high-profile characters are being held captive. Maria Hill is there in that assault, and she goes out of her way to assassinate Black Bolt, the guy who put the dome around New York in the first place. In doing so, kind of sort of making sense of the very confusing issue of Deadpool that came out a week ago. And hey, speaking of all the different tie-ins beginning to converge together, the heroes all meet up, street level, sky level, and cosmic level, all together and ready for one big push against Captain America and Hydra. Why, even the very conflicted Namor finally makes a choice to not be a collaborator and to join the good guys in the fight, and he's not alone. He brought a friend. It's the Winter Soldier, everybody, Bucky Barnes, who's not dead. I want to say if you read Brave New World, they would answer how this happened, but hey, Bucky's back. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Now, as the comic begins to wind down, we once again take a look to the strange dreamscape where the other Captain America has been trapped. He's been following that mysterious Lady of the Lake type woman who looked like Sharon, only when he caught up to her, she shed her form and revealed her true one. The Lady of the Lake was actually Kobik all along. So that was Secret Empire number 8, everybody, and overall I felt it was probably one of the most straightforward, focused issues they've done in this series so far. I also appreciate this one for its circular storytelling. The scenes of the Avengers breaking out of their bonds and rescuing their friends are very purposely meant to mirror Captain America and Hydra taking over. The big ongoing undercurrent, too, of the heroes needing to remember what it's like to work together and to be a team also showed up again here, too. I quite appreciated that it was Maria Hill, probably one of the most cynical and morally gray characters in the Marvel canon, talking about how the heroes are finally back together, how they lost their way for a bit, but now they've found it once again. I also think in a way this ended up being being a pretty good send-off for Sam Wilson's time as Captain America. I'll miss it, but you can't ask for a much better resolution than rallying all of superhero kind behind you to fight the bad guys. This issue, probably more than any other, is rewarding if you've been reading all the different tie-ins. They mention Deadpool, they mention Brave New World, they bring up a lot of different stuff here. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one a solid 8.5. It was a good read, and we're really in the home stretch now for Secret Empire. I hope it can stick the landing. So that's your big event for the week. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone, and as always, you can check out these other videos I've worked on. Then you can follow me on social media at CapeJoel. And if you want a great deal on comics while helping to support me at the same time, next time you buy a trade, do so from Book Depository. I have a link down in the description, and it would be much appreciated. Until next time, this has been CapeJoel. Thank you so much for watching.